Welcome to Season 2 of Viva New Mexico. I'm your host, Jamie B. Joining us in the studio is the Executive Director of Safe House in Albuquerque, Amy Kindrick. Amy, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
So I hear you have a 50th anniversary celebration coming up. It's on the horizon, a sock hop. Can you share more about the details?
Absolutely. We have been the only domestic violence shelter in Albuquerque for 50 years. And so to celebrate, we're having a 50s themed sock hop gala in September 26th at the Downs at Albuquerque. They've been great partners with us for many years, and we're happy to have it there again. It's a beautiful space.
Can people dress in costume?
We're encouraging it. We want people to wear costume or come casual, however you feel the most comfortable. We don't want that to be the barrier to entry. Just come and have a good time.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. All right, let's dive into the meat and potatoes. As chair of the city's Domestic Violence Sexual Assault Commission, what are the biggest legislative and systemic gaps you see how Albuquerque handles domestic violence?
Well, that's a heavy question for sure. I think the number one thing that the Domestic Violence Sexual Assault Commission is working on right now is how we can have more of a coordinated care response so that we're all on the same page, so that law enforcement, the judges, all the judiciary, and the service providers like us and the shelters are kind of all working together toward the same common goal of making things better for the city of Albuquerque.
Sounds good. With your extensive background in child welfare, how does Safe House specifically address the trauma and needs of children who witness or experience violence?
Yeah, about 50% of our residents at the shelter are children.
Wow.
And so we have a full-time therapist and a full-time child advocate on staff so that we can address those situations. And also to give the parents of those children a break sometimes. So the child advocate may be able to, take the kids for a couple of hours, do some fun activities, help them get their mind off of things, while the parent might be going through case management and dealing with some of the hard, heavy issues that they may need to talk to somebody about.
Wow. Nonprofits in New Mexico often face funding and resource constraints. What are the most pressing operational challenges Safe House currently faces?
I think there's a couple. One is that our building is very, very old. It used to be a tuberculosis sanitarium. Wow. So it's a very, very old facility. So a lot of things need to be constantly repaired. But the main thing is that state and federal funding has remained flat, meaning we've seen no increases in over 5 years for domestic violence services across the state. And so, as we all know, during this time, all of our expenses are going up, but the funding isn't. So we need more support from the community. And as people working with policymakers, asking them to give us more money.
Is there legislative currently going on to change that?
Not at the moment. We're certainly always working on it as part of, there's a domestic violence coalition. It's 32 agencies throughout the state who provide services for domestic violence. We have a coalition, and we're constantly talking to people, all the legislative body. We go up to the legislative session every year and really promote funding domestic violence services and sexual assault services.
Right.
Yeah.
Navigating crisis intervention can lead to high staff burnout. How do you prioritize the mental health, safety, and retention of your advocates and support personnel?
I think just like we want our shelter to be a nice, gentle, kind, healing place for our residents, we also want it to feel that way for our employees. So we kind of set things in place to where we're really listening to what our staff needs. We're giving them the space to have those moments where something's really, really hard, and allowing them to take the time that they need to heal and to process the information that they're hearing. Because a lot of the stories we hear are just terrible. The cruelty that people can do to other people is unbelievable.
Yes, it really is. How can Albuquerque locals and local business best support Safe House?
Yeah, I think we are always looking for financial contributions, of course. We do have a thrift store that benefits our residents directly. They can shop there and pick up the things they need, because often they leave with nothing but the clothes on their back.
Wow.
And so they can go and pick out, the outfits that they need and the clothing that they would choose to wear. So donations to the thrift store, your old clothes, your old things, help our residents tremendously. I think we can always use volunteers, whether that's at the thrift store or in our kitchen or just in the office with other tasks available there. I think those are three of the main ways for sure.
Where's the thrift store located?
It's on the corner of Louisiana and San Pedro in Fair Plaza Shopping Center, and we're right next door to Goodwill, which we were very worried about, but it worked out great for us because people are out thrifting, and so they go into Goodwill, they come into our little boutique thrift store, and have a great day.
I've got some clothes. I'll drop them off and donate them.
Oh, awesome! Thank you.
One final question for you. Oh, is there anything that I didn't cover that you might like to share?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think there's a couple of really sobering statistics about domestic violence that I think people are very surprised by. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 6 men will be victims of domestic violence in their lifetimes. And it's a wildly underreported crime. And so it's probably much bigger than that. So I think the message with that is someone has gone through domestic violence, whether you know it or not. And so just, understanding that this is a social crisis for our community nationwide, and that people need your support, and so we just ask for that
support. Yeah. One final question for you. New Mexico is considered to be the chili capital of the world. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite, red or green?
Boy, I am a Christmas girly all the way around. So I love both red and green, sometimes red, sometimes both. Love it all. I grew up here, so chili is in my blood.
You put it on anything. Right?
I don't put it on anything.
So don't miss the Safe House 50 Sock Hop, a high-energy evening of dinner, dancing, and rock and roll nostalgia. That'll be Saturday, September 26th, 5 p.m. at the First Turn Lounge at the Downs in Albuquerque. Get all the details at safehousenm.org. Amy, thanks so much for stopping by. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. You too.
All right. For Viva New Mexico, I'm your host, Jamie B.